The year is 2026. A crisis has arrived. It does not move with the speed of a virus or the noise of a market crash. It is a slow, quiet crisis. It unfolds in industrial order books and shipping manifests. It is a story of metal, of power, and of time. The artificial intelligence revolution, a force built on speed and limitless data, has run into a physical wall. This wall is not made of silicon. It is made of iron and copper. It is built from the heavy, slow-to-make components that move electricity from the grid to the server rack. The crisis has a number, a simple, stark figure that now defines the limits of progress. That number is 144. 144 weeks. This is the new lead time for a large power transformer, or LPT. Order one today, on March 14th, 2026. You might receive it in the spring of 2029. This is not a delay, it is a barrier. Before this crunch, the wait was measured in months, not years. Now this 3-year timeline dictates the pace of global development. It determines which data centers get built. It decides which AI models can be trained. It sets the speed limit for an industry that believed it had none. The stakes are immense. Trillions of dollars in planned investment are on hold, waiting for these machines. The problem is not software. The code for new AI is ready. The algorithms are more powerful than ever. The capital to build the infrastructure is available. The demand from every corner of the global economy is insatiable. Yet the plans are just paper. Digital blueprints waiting for physical reality to catch up. The world's most advanced technology firms, giants like Google, Microsoft, find their ambitious roadmaps blocked. They are stalled not by a competitor's innovation, but by the stubborn, unyielding physics of heavy manufacturing. A silent war is being fought over these essential components. A war measured not in battles, but in delivery dates. This is the story of how that wall was built, about the intricate, fragile supply chain that underpins our electrified world. It is about a special kind of steel that few can make, grain-oriented electrical steel, or GOES. It is about a global deficit in a fundamental metal, copper. This is an examination of the forces that converge to create this bottleneck. How the insatiable power demands of AI collided with the slow, deliberate pace of the industrial age, reshaping strategy, redrawing competitive lines, and forcing a hard lesson. Progress is bound by the physical world. The chain did not break on its own. It was stretched to its limit by a sudden, massive surge in demand. By 2026, the AI arms race was in full swing. Microsoft, Google, Amazon. Training new large language models and generative systems required unprecedented power. Facilities became massive new load points on the grid, needing new substations and large power transformers. Orders poured into the few manufacturers capable of building them. And AI demand collided with renewable build-outs and EV electrification already straining the grid. Order books filled for this year, then the next, and the year after that. Capacity sufficient for decades was suddenly, catastrophically inadequate. While demand exploded, the supply side began to fracture. Few mills could make high-grade GOES. Scaling was neither quick nor simple. Low. At the midpoint of the crisis, the deeper truth emerged. Copper is the essential metal of electrification, the conductor that moves the current. It is in transformer windings, transmission lines, and every server rack. And the world was running out of it, functionally, not absolutely. Analysts revealed a structural global copper deficit. New mines take more than a decade and massive capital amid environmental and political hurdles. Ore grades fell, more rock for the same copper. Demand surged. EVs use 3 to 4x more copper. Wind turbines require tons. Data centers are filled with it. Prices hit records. Availability trumped cost. Wire and coil makers went on allocation. Transformer shortages were no longer just steel. They were now also copper. The scarcity of grain-oriented electrical steel was the first jaw of the vice. The global deficit of copper was the second. The large power transformer, needing vast quantities of both, was caught in the middle. Two shortages fed each other, grinding supply chains to a halt. A factory might secure GOES, still lack copper windings, or have copper, await steel for months. Lead times stretched to the breaking point. 144 weeks was the cumulative result. Production slots at GOES mills, copper allocation, shipping and logistics, custom engineering and manufacturing and testing, each step longer. Markets were slow to see the industrial reality. Then the reaction was severe. Companies tied to data center construction showed strain. Analysts pivoted from user growth to GOES production and copper futures. Boardrooms shifted from time to market to time to delivery for a 200-ton transformer. The 144-week lead time became a headline risk. A secondary market for used LPTs exploded. Prices for refurbished units skyrocketed. Utilities needed the same parts to keep the public grid stable. Some firms moved to acquire transformer makers and invest in steel mills. Others paid premiums to lock production capacity years in advance, away from just-in-time towards stockpiles. Cash-rich giants could buy factories, sign multi-billion contracts, hoard components. Smaller players were left behind. While tech scrambled, the public grid groaned under strain. Aging fleets, replacement schedules blown out by 3-year waits. Stockpiles depleted, buffers gone. One failure could now trigger prolonged, widespread blackout. Grid collapse entered sober risk discussions. With no spares and a 3-year wait, nodes could stay offline. Consequences would be devastating. Redundancy vanished. Grid fragility stalled economic growth. The power grid was full. No room for error or expansion. That was the reality. The lessons of 2026 are stark. Code and chips were not the limit. The hard limit was metal and time, embodied in 144 weeks. New GOES capacity in copper mines take years. Rebalancing will be slow and painful. The largest players will extend their lead by mastering supply and logistics. The logistics of electricity is a core strategy, now the most powerful moat in AI. Those who control access to the grid control their destiny. Whoever owns the lines will build the next era. The copper shortage is the ultimate gatekeeper of the AI era. If you found this technical breakdown valuable, ensure you are subscribed for our upcoming deep dive into the nuclear energy stocks powering the next generation of data centers. Leave your thoughts on the 144-week lead time in the comments below. We will see you in the next briefing.